Today we are trying Quick Check subs. A couple of weeks ago I did Wawa. A lot of people were asking about Quick Check. When I say a lot of people, it's probably like 7. That's really not a lot, but I wanted to eat Quick Check anyway. I went to a bigger Quick Check this time. It's in Lodi, New Jersey. The last one I did, which was like 2 or 3 years ago, was a different location. This Quick Check is much larger and much cleaner. The only thing, when I went to order my food, they were out of almost everything. Like, provolone cheese, at least 10 people were in there. I'm not joking, exaggerating. 10 people I saw try to get provolone cheese. They didn't have it. They were out of containers. So she put my barbecue sauce in a soup container and covered it with a sauce top. They were out of containers. So, we may do what we could get. I got some subs I never tried before and some other stuff from here. Our comparison we're looking for, we did 7-Eleven, we did Wawa. So this is Quick Check, same idea. We want to see where that stacks up against it and if it's any good. Quick Check is the only one of the 3 that doesn't have pizza, but they do have some other stuff that seem pretty cool. So drop a thumbs up, man. You guys already know the vibes. Let's get into this video. First thing we're going to start with is the official sub of the New York Giants, which means it probably won't score much because, well, they don't score much. I'm done. I'm not going to vent about the Giants. It's not a Giants vent session. Why can't they score touchdown? I'm sorry. Anyway, this is a chicken vodka parm, which from Quick Check seems a little crazy, but looks like the bread is kind of like a ciabatta-esque kind of bread, but it doesn't look bad. So you got the vodka sauce, you got the crispy chicken, and I don't know what kind of cheese they use on this because they said they were out of provolone. Also looks like there's some roasted red pepper on here. What the hell is... You know what? Official sub of the New York Giants. There really is red pepper flake on here, which you wouldn't really necessarily put on a vodka parm unless you got an angry one, which is a little spicier. But it really doesn't take away from the sandwich. I actually probably like it more because of it. The vodka sauce, there's not enough of it, but it's pretty bland from what I'm getting. Adding that roasted red on here actually made it pretty tolerable. They're chicken tenders as opposed to the ones I get from Wawa. This is actually a chicken patty. It's a damn chicken patty. It tastes like a damn chicken patty. It's really that like artificial school lunch kind of taste. But the bread is pretty good. It's warm. It's mutzy cheese on here. And it tastes like there's some Parmesan. I forgot what I paid for this. I think it was $10. I don't think another place serves something similar to this. I know Wawa has a chicken parm. If their chicken was any better, it would be better than any of the 3. But their chicken tastes like a nugget. I still don't dislike this. On a gas station scale kind of thing, I would probably give this a 7. I really don't mind this. The red pepper kind of saved this and woke it up with a little spice. It's pretty decent. This isn't really relevant to the video, but I like to show what I'm drinking. It's Coke Zero. They had paper straws, and I'm just not a fan, so we gotta just do it without it. I really just... Paper straws for me, I don't want to be one of those people. It doesn't work. They melt and they liquefy, and I just get mad every single time. So instead of complaining necessarily, I just abstain. Not a big deal. I opt out. So this is their spicy Italian, and it's different from your average Italian sub in a lot of ways. Again, they were out of provolone. This normally comes with provolone. I figured spicy Italian will go with pepper jack. So it has pepper jack, banana peppers, and they were also out of ham. So there's salami and gabagool on here, which is crazy that Quick Check has gabagool. As opposed to what you normally get, this comes regular with balsamic vinegar and roasted red pepper flakes. Again, they like their red pepper flakes here. Now, this is their herbed Italian bread, and they toast the whole thing, which I can appreciate. The idea on this really isn't bad. The deli meat. And before anybody says, oh, well, what do you expect? It's Quick Check. I'm comparing it to Wawa and 7-Eleven. I said that multiple times. But I'm going to say this again. Compared to Wawa and 7-Eleven, not really 7-Eleven because I didn't get one of their sandwiches. They don't make fresh sandwiches. Wawa has better cold cuts. But the balsamic gives a little acid and sweetness which you're not really used to on an Italian, at least from what I get, oil vinegar. And then spice from banana pepper. I'm not getting much of the roasted red at all. I got way more on the other one, which had it as well. And their pepper jack also adds a little spice. The bread, even though it's toasted compared to the other one, is like really soft. And I don't know if that's because of the balsamic, but I think Wawa has a better Italian than that. Their bread almost comes off as a little chewy. I saw these on the way out, and I said I wasn't going to open them. I was going to save them. But if you haven't had these, I think these are some of my favorite chips I've ever had. So when I saw them, I had to get them. These are the Cajun Cheddar Flamin' Hot. And if you do that, with that, you got something to rock with. This is one of those things that if you're at Quick Check and you're like, I want a sandwich real quick, you're not going to be mad at this. Wawa comparatively is something people actually go out of their way to eat. This is not. I'll give this a 5.5 out of 10. And finally, to top off our sandwich getting extravaganza, every time I've gone to Quick Check, they've always been out of soup. Even though they were out of a bunch of stuff, they weren't. They had two kinds of soup. They had broccoli cheddar, and they had this chicken enchilada soup. I just wanted to try it. Wawa's corn chowder soup is actually really good. This has a similar chowdery kind of vibe to it. It's not like thin, which I like. It's also not very good, which I don't like. There's black beans and corn in here. And I don't really taste, I mean, I taste a little bit of chicken. Chicken is not something that is flavored on its own. Now I need to go to Wawa and start over. It's not very good. It's not very good. It doesn't have any flavor whatsoever. And it's thicker. It's not watered down. So I couldn't imagine if you got a watered down variety of this. I'll give that a solid 3 out of 10. Like if I put and dipped a sandwich in there just to kind of get, you could probably do something with it, but alone, that is cheeks. We also got these spuds. They call these everyday spuds, all day spuds, something like that. Again, it's supposed to come with a sauce. And they were out of sauce. So she just put some on a little container for me. I appreciate it, bro, because she could have just not given me the damn sauce. But she actually asked me. She was like, can I just... I said, why don't you just put it on the... But then she put it on a sauce nugget. So this is their barbecue sauce on their spuds. I just realized I bit it with the sauce on it, so I'm going to bite another one. These look like they're going to have so much little flavor like the frozen hash browns, and it just doesn't. Dipping them in the barbecue sauce makes it worthwhile. But again, I'm in the Quick Check parking lot. These are made fresh, and they're mushy as hell already. They're maybe 5 minutes old, and that's just what it is, right? I'd eat these, though. You can't really go wrong with any kind of hash brown. But again, we're comparing it to other stuff. On a fast food scale, on any kind of scale, it's probably about a 4 out of 10. It doesn't have much flavor. But if you put it on like a breakfast sandwich, you're not going to like dislike it. We're just doing a comparison game here. You get what I'm saying? I wanted to get something with a direct comparison to Wawa again. So I got their steak burrito bowl, which I would never in a million years get, but I've gotten Wawa's burrito bowl, which is also kind of eh. But their steak burrito bowl comes with steak, cheese, sour cream, jalapenos, black beans, and of course their rice. And I think it was like 5 and change or 6 and change, or their rice has some good color to it, though. I'm not gonna lie. This looks like a Mexican rice, and I'm saying that with quotes, like the kind that you would get from like the store, like Uncle. They don't call it Uncle Ben's no more. What they call it now? Y'all know. I don't know what they call them no more. Cousin? I don't know what they do. That's exactly what it tastes like too. Like that ready rice when you put it in the microwave. Exact same flavor. But let's go on and try it with the steak, which looks like the same steak they put on their Philly cheesesteak, which I expected. The same thing they do at Wawa. But let's get it with the cheese, the sour cream, the whole 9 yards. Who made that cheese? The texture on it, as you could tell, is really chewy. The steak is a Philly steak. That's ranch on the top, not sour cream. Ranch on a burrito bowl. When you mix this all together, I think it's not bad if you're like, I know some of y'all do that 420 stuff. Y'all probably smash this with like a Dorito as a scoop. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. It's very but also at the same time, strangely, kind of decent. It's like ugly cute. I would never go out of my way to order this, but I just keep picturing if I put like a Dorito and use this as a bowl to kind of give it a little extra flavor, I wouldn't mind just getting this from a gas station. Again, they make all their stuff fresh, so it doesn't feel like it's been sitting in a heat lamp or anything like that. Those chips are so good. Yeah, on a gas station scale, honestly, solid 6.5. I'd eat it. It's not bad. You have to mix everything together, and then it's decent. I wish it was sour cream instead of ranch, but I don't mind the ranch. A meat lover stromboli. I had to try something, and this seemed different. No other place serves a stromboli, and they don't serve pizza, so maybe this is like a trade-off. What the hell is in there? Can't tell what's in there. It seems pretty soft. There's no, like, really soft. Like a sponge. This tastes like a Hot Pocket. I like Hot Pockets, but not from this. It tastes like this is definitely one of those frozen joints that you get, which again I'm expecting, but a stromboli to me should taste like pizza dough. This tastes like bread, so it's like really weird. Like I can't quite put my finger on why I think this is off. It's that same deli meat that's in the other one, so I know it's not like the best quality, but it's decent. Then there's a little bit of sauce and some melted cheese, very reminiscent of a Hot Pocket. If they put a Hot Pocket in bread. I don't really like the texture of it, but that is a definite 3 a.m. I could see people eating that. But don't eat it when you're like just chilling like me. Just don't. But it's okay. Like, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Like, I would eat it, but I wouldn't go on my way to eat it. We did cookies at 7-Eleven, so I said let's do them here. 7-Eleven cookies were 2 for $1. These are 2 for $1.79, and they're smaller. They're oatmeal raisin. Grown man cookie. I love oatmeal raisin cookies now, man. I don't know when the age shift happens, but when you get old, oatmeal raisin cookies be good, man. It's nice and soft baked. A little bit of that cinnamon nutmeg action going on. And then that sweetness from the raisins. That's good, man. I wish it was a 2 for $1. I just feel like it's better. But I do think they have a 6-pack for $3. So it would end up being 50 cents per unit the same way, but you got to get 6. But they always try to get over on that. This I'm keeping. That's delicious. Honestly, of all the places, 7-Eleven has the best cookies, though. Give these on that scale an 8 out of 10. But if you really want the real, like, 7-Eleven has some fire cookies. These are decent, though. Like, I would not eat these. So after doing this entire thing, we've done 7-Eleven, we've done Wawa. That's pretty much most of the major gas stations in New Jersey. But people were asking about this to compare to the other two, which I completely get. I think this one is, like, the most average out of the 3, if that makes sense. All of their stuff, they don't really have anything other than that flavorless soup that was, like, horrendous. 7-Eleven had some really questionable stuff, but also some pretty good stuff. Whereas this place, everything was pretty average. There's nothing that's a 9. There's nothing that's a 1. You know, you might get something like the cookie that's an 8, but most of it was between 7 and 5, like right in that average. Wawa's still king. If you want a decent sandwich, if you want a pizza, it's a little more expensive, but I think it's worth it if you actually are going for food. Like if I went to get some gas legit, and I was like, okay, well, I was going to come here anyway, so let's do this video. But that's pretty much what it is. Like I wouldn't go out of my way to eat Quick Check. I wouldn't throw this out either, though. Like if you're on the road and you want to stop and get something, I think the sandwiches will hold you over, especially if you get something and you puffy freak it the way that you like. I don't think that you'll dislike it, but stay away from like some of this like Frozen-esque kind of stuff. I would say stick to the sandwiches and don't do much else than that. But I wanted to do this, so I did. And that's going to be the end of the video, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.